Imagine a world where, like, just one social media post from a former president could send the price of certain cryptocurrencies, through the roof.
Wow.
It sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it actually happened.
It did.
And we're going to, break down exactly what went down and what it might mean for the future of crypto.
Yeah, should be interesting.
The news is all about how former President Trump's talk of a strategic crypto reserve really shook things up.
It definitely did.
And this is a chance, I think, for us to see just how much power a big name can have in the crypto world, and maybe, how governments might get more involved in this whole thing.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, so first off, I was surprised to hear Trump mention a strategic crypto reserve. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it definitely caught a lot of people off guard. You're probably familiar with the idea of strategic reserves when it comes to things like oil, right? Governments hold on to a bunch of oil to make sure there's enough if something big happens, like a natural disaster or something,
right,
and prices go wild.
Right.
So applying that same logic to crypto, it tells me that crypto is becoming a bigger deal on the world stage.
I see what you mean. And it wasn't just Bitcoin he was talking about, was it?
Right. He specifically mentioned a few others, XRP,
Okay.
Solana, that's SOL.
Got it.
And Cardano, AD. And wouldn't you know it, the prices of those three went up like crazy after his post. We're talking a 20% jump for XRP, 15% for Solana, and a whopping 32% for Cardano.
Wow. 32%.
Yeah.
That's a massive leap. Why do you think those three coins in particular reacted so strongly?
Well, one thing that stands out is that all three of those coins are connected to US-based companies.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe there's an element of, like, supporting homegrown projects here,
Right.
But it also raises some interesting questions. Does this mean the government might favor certain coins over others? And what would that mean for the idea of a decentralized market?
Those are great points. It makes you think about the whole idea of government support for crypto. On the one hand, it could make people feel more confident about investing in crypto, right?
Yeah.
But it could also lead to questions about fairness and even, market manipulation. It's a bit of a tightrope walk, isn't it?
Absolutely. Finding the right balance between fostering innovation and protecting investors is going to be crucial as governments start to figure out their role in the crypto world.
And what about Bitcoin? It seems like it didn't react quite as strongly to the news.
That's because Bitcoin is in a different league.
Okay.
It's been around the longest, it has the largest market cap,
Right.
and is generally seen as more stable. Think of it as the seasoned veteran of the crypto world. These kinds of announcements, while impactful, don't shake it up as much as they might a newer, smaller coin.
So it's like the blue chip stock of the crypto world.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting. But this whole situation really makes you wonder, what does it tell us about the future of crypto if a single social media post can have such a huge impact?
It's definitely a sign that crypto is becoming increasingly intertwined with traditional finance and global politics. We're seeing the lines blur between these different worlds.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fascinating to see how this dynamic plays out. It really highlights the fact that, we're dealing with something completely new here.
Yeah.
Crypto challenges the traditional ideas of value and ownership. And
It's like we're watching a financial revolution
right.
unfold in real time.
Yeah.
And this whole strategic crypto reserve idea, it feels like a big sign that the world's taking notice.
Yeah.
What kind of ripple effects do you think this could have?
Well, one of the biggest things to watch for is regulation.
Okay.
Right now, the crypto market is kind of like the Wild West,
Right.
which, has its pluses and minuses. On the one hand, it allows for, tons of creativity and fast growth.
Right.
But it can also be a breeding ground for, scams and manipulation.
Yeah, I could see how that would be a tough thing to balance. You don't want to stifle innovation,
Right.
but you also want to protect people.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about finding that sweet spot
Right.
where you're encouraging responsible growth without killing the spirit of what makes crypto so unique.
I see.
But regulation is just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
Governments could also play a role in, making it easier to use cryptocurrencies for everyday payments,
Right.
developing their own digital currencies, and even integrating crypto into the systems we already use for banking and finance.
So we could be talking about a complete transformation
We could.
of how we think about money and finance.
For sure.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It's certainly a possibility. And the decisions that governments make in the next few years are going to have a massive impact on how this all plays out.
It's a lot to wrap your head around, but I have to say the potential is really exciting.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where, like, transactions are lightning fast, super cheap,
Right.
and more secure.
Yeah.
A world where more people have access to financial services.
Absolutely.
A world where you have more control over your own money.
Right.
You know, these are all...
Those are all potential benefits of a world where crypto is more integrated into our daily lives.
Right.
Of course, there are risks and challenges too, but
But-
the possibilities are definitely compelling.
Yeah.
And this whole thing with the strategic crypto reserve is pushing these conversations to the forefront.
Right.
It's making us ask some tough questions about the role crypto will play in the future.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
When I first heard about Bitcoin years ago, it seems like this, like, fringe idea.
Right.
Something only tech geeks were interested in.
Mm.
But now it's clear that crypto is becoming more mainstream.
Absolutely. Yeah. This news is just one example of how crypto is intersecting with the traditional financial world.
Right.
We're seeing big institutional investors getting involved, major companies adopting crypto technologies, and governments all over the world trying to figure out how to regulate and integrate this new asset class. It's a clear sign that crypto is a force to be reckoned with.
It makes you wonder what the future holds.
Yeah.
Will cryptocurrencies eventually replace traditional currencies?
Right.
Will we all be using digital wallets and transacting on blockchain networks? It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But one thing is certain. The financial landscape is changing dramatically,
Yeah.
and crypto is playing a key role in shaping that transformation.
And as we navigate this new landscape, you know, it's essential to stay informed, to understand the potential benefits and risks, and to engage in thoughtful discussions about the role we want crypto to play in our lives.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the future of finance is being written right now, and we all have a part to play in shaping that future.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's a time of both great uncertainty and incredible opportunity. And it's up to us to make informed choices that will lead to a more equitable and prosperous financial future for everyone.
Well said.
Now let's circle back to that price surge we talked about earlier.
Okay.
You mentioned that Bitcoin, being the more established player,
Right.
didn't react quite as dramatically as those other coins. It's like the steady veteran in the room, watching the youngsters get all riled up.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It illustrates an important point. Bitcoin, with its larger market cap and longer history, tends to be less volatile than smaller, newer cryptocurrencies.
So it's like the blue chip stock in the crypto world.
You could say that Bitcoin is often seen as a store of value, similar to gold, whereas some of the newer coins are more speculative and susceptible to hype cycles.
Which brings us to another fascinating aspect of this news. The potential for manipulation in the crypto market.
Right.
I mean, if a single social media post can send prices soaring, what's to stop someone from intentionally spreading false information or using their influence for personal gain?
That's a real concern, and it's something regulators are grappling with.
Yeah.
Because crypto is decentralized, it's tough to control the flow of information and stop people from manipulating the market.
Right.
But there are efforts underway to come up with tools and strategies to address these risks. It's going to be a constant game of cat and mouse.
So what can investors do to protect themselves? I mean, it's one thing to ride the wave when things are going up.
Right.
But you don't want to get caught in a crash fueled by bad information.
It all boils down to doing your homework.
Okay.
Really understanding the projects you're investing in, looking beyond the hype, and not putting all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying your portfolio is crucial.
That sounds like solid advice for any investor, whether they're into crypto or not.
Right.
Don't fall for the hype. Do your research. Spread your risk. Got it.
Exactly. A healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking are your best friends in any investment landscape.
Right.
But especially in a market as fast-paced and ever-changing as crypto.
Well, this conversation has been a real eye-opener. I feel like I'm starting to get a better grasp on the big picture of, how crypto is evolving.
That's what we're aiming for. We're not just looking at, isolated events,
Right.
but trying to understand the broader trends and forces that are shaping the future of finance.
And it's clear that this whole strategic crypto reserve thing is just one piece of a much larger puzzle.
Absolutely. It's a sign of the times.
Yeah.
A glimpse into a future where crypto is no longer on the sidelines, but woven into the fabric of our financial system.
It's exciting.
It is.
A bit daunting, but definitely something we all need to pay attention to.
Couldn't agree more. The story of crypto is still being written, and the decisions we make today will determine the shape of things to come.
So as we wrap things up, what's one question you'd like to leave our listeners with?
Right.
Something for them to ponder as they navigate the world of crypto.
I think the most important question to ask yourself is, what role do I want crypto to play in my life? Is it an investment opportunity, a way to make payments, a tool for social change?
Right.
The answers will be different for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's crucial to be intentional about your involvement in this space.
That's a fantastic question to end on. It reminds us that crypto is more than just a technology or an investment. It's a movement, a community, and a force for change. And each of us has a role to play in shaping its future. Thanks for joining us on this journey exploring the world of crypto.